Hello twin flames and welcome to your daily check-in for Thursday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in the Divine Structure deck today to bring in a message, what we need to know, what we need to focus on. And we're going to bring in two gorgeous decks of cards no matter what the question. I'm going to use the Midnight Forest Oracle by Amber Cat Oracles. I love this deck. And we're also going to bring in the Twin Flame Journey Perspective and then any other cards they guide me to depending on the question. And if you would like a personal reading with me right now, I am available. You can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com for the information. So thank you, angels. What do we need to be focusing on today? What do we need to be focusing on today? Wow. So we've got cards sticking out and one jumping out. So the question today is energy around twin flames in communication and Taurus energy. Wow. So the first thing I'm being guided to share is I feel that this is about communication moving forward. Now, we think about Taurus, we think about grounding energy, but Taurus is also connected with the bull. And the bull is about taking control of our lives and moving things forward in our lives. Taurians are also very powerful. You know, my mum was a Taurus, a lot of my best friends are Taurians as well. You know, Taurus are very loyal beings as well. And I feel what this is a sign of is that your masculine is going to move forward towards you and communicate in a more loyal energy. They're going to take control. They're going to take the bull by the horns and make this happen. So the energy around twin flames in communication is about actually coming into communication. And I'm going to do an extra Taurus reading later today as well. And I am feeling guided to do a Gemini reading later this week as well. So depending on what tomorrow's question is and if any horoscope signs come up, I'm going to do an extra Taurus reading today and a Gemini reading tomorrow. So look out for those if you're connecting with either of those signs. But I'm really feeling this energy today is communication is about to happen. It's about to move forward. Things are about to change. So big shifts occurring. So let's connect with the decks of cards they've guided me to today to answer this question. So we're going to answer the energy around twin flames and communication and how the Taurus energy is actually helping this to happen, to shift forward. So energy around twin flames and communication, please, angels. Jump straight out, wow. And how is the Taurus energy, this one's moving as well, affecting the connection? How is the Taurus energy affecting the connection or helping with communication? One card there. And then we're going to use the Midnight Forest Oracle. Energy around twin flames in communication. And we've also got the energy around the Taurus. So, you know, when I'm connecting with Taurus in this reading, it isn't about the star sign or the horoscope. It's about the way the power of Taurus is affecting the journey. Obviously, things have been moving forward since April anyway. And that's really when communication has been coming in. You know, lots of you have already received messages. Lots of you already come back into communication. But this is about what the energy is. So for those of you waiting for communication, this is your sign it's coming. And for those of you in communication, this is your sign it's getting more powerful. It's getting more intense and loyal. So what's the energy then around twin flames and communication? We've got inspiration. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. That's really powerful by Lao Tzu. Now, what I'm feeling with this is the communication aspect of the connection teaches you 3 things. Isn't that true? It teaches you to be patient because communication always comes in at the right time. We learn to surrender control, especially as a divine feminine, because we learn to take a step back so our masculine can step forward. So really the masculine teaches the feminine to trust them to find their way back, to reach out. You know, a lot of the times on this journey, we are initiating communication as a divine feminine through fear because we're afraid if we don't, they're not going to communicate with us or they're not going to keep up with what we're doing. You know, for me, it was always about that snap streak. You know, I went through a big phase in my journey where we had a snap streak. And I went through this with a catalyst very powerfully. And I went through this a little bit with George. But, we had a snap streak and I wanted to continue that snap streak. And breaking that snap streak was one of the hardest things I had to go through because it became a habit. So communication with our twin can become a habit. And then we get dependent on it. So when it's not there, we feel there's something wrong or missing, or we don't feel whole or complete. And that's just not true, because we have the ability and the option to communicate anytime, not just through physical, but through the spiritual realms, through the 5D realm, through dreams, through telepathy. So we learn to trust in communication. It's not just going to come in a physical way, it's going to come in a spiritual way. And when we're not receiving communication, do you know what? We're okay. The bond is still there. The connection is still strong. It's powerful. And we learn through the patience to have compassion, not only for ourselves, but for our twin. So we try and see things in a higher way as the observer and not take it personally if they aren't responding to us or they seem to be distracted or busy. To understand that they are learning their lessons and doing things their way, and that's okay. So when they seem to pull back their energy or be, busy or disinterested, which is never true, that's always our perception, we are being guided in those moments to focus back on the self and give back to ourself and raise our vibration and focus on service and doing the things we enjoy. And that's simplicity. So then we simplify things in our life and we simplify things in our minds because we're more at peace. So we overcomplicate things on this journey by overthinking, thinking things are wrong, taking things personally, wanting things now, demanding. And we can't demand or put conditions on an unconditional love, because love does not demand its own way. And love does not keep any record of wrongs. That's why we have to forgive. And when we forgive, we feel compassion for ourselves, because we realise, wow, we were vulnerable in that moment and that's okay. And we forgive ourselves for feeling that's a weakness when it's actually a strength. We forgive ourselves for allowing other people, our twin, the karmic partner, the situation, to get in our head. And we feel at ease with where we are. So we simplify the journey by understanding it better and realising the truth. So the energy coming in around twin flames in communication is to be patient with communication. If your twin is communicating with you but not opening up yet, try and have compassion for them, because they may be struggling with their own mind. They may be struggling with their own fears and insecurities and their own inner battles. They may be struggling with their situation and what they need to change, or being judged by others. So have compassion and simplify things by making it less stressful and more playful. Be more in the moment and less in the future, because when you're in the moment, the future will naturally take care of itself. And have patience with the timings of communication. Be patient if they don't reply straight away. That's really what we've been moved into with society, because we've moved into a day and age of instant gratification and instant communication, where we send a message, we instantly receive it. So we expect an instant response. And in the old days, back in the day when there wasn't even mobile phones or even phones, there was things like telegrams. People had to wait for communication. People were more patient back then. Even when I was growing up, in my teen years, and I didn't get my first mobile phone till I was 21. And, whenever we met up with anybody, we had to use a landline phone or to trust that they would be there at the right time. And we never really got angry or frustrated if people weren't there, because we understood there could be delays. So we're a lot more impatient in this kind of era than we used to be, because of the way we have instant communication and we have access to things instantly, like the internet, Wi-Fi, all these things. So you're being guided through this journey to have faith. And the energy around twin flames and communication is, if you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it and you will lose it. Isn't that powerful? So, when we try and hold on to things, we can lose them because we're in the fear of lack. We're afraid. We're in fear we're going to lose them. So we're thinking about that. So we're manifesting that in our mind. Thoughts become things. We create self-fulfilling prophecies. And if we try to change things or make things happen before they're ready, we can get in our own way. So it really is about being in the flow when you're in communication and being present in the moment and not forcing it, just allowing it to flow and be and enjoy the moment that you are in. You know what it's like when you hold on to something like, imagine you're holding a butterfly in your hand. If you have got your hand outstretched, the butterfly can come and go and you can appreciate its beauty. Yet if you close your hands, you're going to squash it and it's going to die. So it's about trusting. You know, someone told me a story about a caterpillar that went into a chrysalis. And it has to have that time in the chrysalis to become the butterfly. If we pry it open to try and help the caterpillar, it's not going to be able to be strong enough to fly. And someone told me that, you know, that they experienced that where they saw that happen in the physical world. And the butterfly ended up dying because it couldn't fly, it wasn't ready. So we have to allow the change to happen naturally. We have to allow the masculines to change and grow and evolve and transform their own way in their own time, instead of trying to force it or change it, to change them, to, you know, make them do things differently. If we try and get involved, we ruin it. That's why when we try and show them things before they're ready, or wake them up before they're ready, or give them guidance before they're ready, they run. And we feel we've ruined it. And we haven't ruined anything. We've actually aided their growth. But we see it that way because we think then, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I didn't say that. So we just have to be at peace with things and just go with the flow. And just like walking barefoot across the Sahara Desert, this is a DM's journey home. So the masculine is coming to you, but it takes time. You know, walking barefoot across the Sahara Desert can be painful because of the heat of the sand. But it can also be nice because you're sinking into that sand. So it's about realising it's how we perceive what's going on. And really, at the end of the journey, you know, we receive the pot of gold. And there is not really an end of a journey because we're constantly on our journey, learning and growing. But this is about realising that the energy around twin flames and communication is receiving the pot of gold. That means you're going to receive what you want. You're going to get where you're meant to be because all paths lead home. A vein of elemental gold runs through a seemingly ordinary part of your life. What a surprise. You have a hidden resource. So the hidden resource is you. And the hidden resource is that you have the opportunity to communicate with your twin right now in this moment. No matter what the distance between you, the situation or the separation. Because you can communicate because you are one. So you can connect with them, feel them, and understand them in a higher way. You feel their energy flowing through your veins. And that's golden. So you have this extraordinary gift in you because you are a spiritual being in your ordinary life. So the angels are saying this may seem like an ordinary day, but it's a day you can change everything because you can use your hidden resources. You can feel the power of the love and close your eyes and connect with them right now. Connect with them through meditation or closing your eyes and feeling them and talking to them. Through a dream, through signs that you see. So the communication is bringing with it a pot of gold. They give me fear. So the angels are saying when you release fear, you allow that pot of gold to come in. And realising the hidden resources, realising that you don't need to be physically together to be together. Because you are always connected because you are one. So what the Taurus energy is doing for this communication is, look at this twin love. Twin love. It's reminding you it's twin love. That means you are one, both of you connected forever. Eternal love for eternity. You are one. Just like the Great Pyramid that magnificently stands against time, weather and history. So you're being reminded, and this is the Taurus energy bringing in the strength to move forward. You can't forget each other because you are one. And your love will stand the test of time. It's not going to dissipate over time It's going to get stronger. It can stand any storms or weather. Anything that comes at you, you can deal with it because the bond is unbreakable. And the history, because you've had past lives together and you are eternal. Your love goes beyond space and time. It's beyond this lifetime. And it's before this lifetime because you are eternal. So it's understanding that. And knowing that, look at this, you shall go to the ball, which means you will get there, you will go there, and you will be together. A mysterious, glamorous, or romantic event entices you to venture out of your comfort zone. So this is really about serendipitous meetups. The way the universe creates the way for that communication to come in. The way the universe creates things perfectly for you and divines and orchestrates things magically for you. So the way is being created for you to come together, not just in communication, but in physical connection. That means meeting up and talking, being together in the same room, face to face, breath on breath. You shall go to the ball. So if you're watching this thinking, well, communication seems to be coming in for everyone but me. Union seems to be happening for everyone but me. When's it my time? When's it going to happen to me? And the angels are saying you shall go to the ball. The universe is creating the way. All you have to do is step out of your comfort zone. That means your masculine is finding the strength right now to move forward and reach out and tell you how they feel. And you're being guided to go forward in your life and do things you want to do. So if someone invites you somewhere and you're feeling guided to go, go. Because the universe can create the way for you to come in touch with your twin. It could happen in a magical way that you may not even know. So you will go to the ball. You know, think about Cinderella. Cinderella didn't think she could go to that ball. She didn't think she could because she had no way of going. No way of going, no gown, no way out, no way. And the universe created the way. Her fairy godmother created a carriage out of a pumpkin and gave her all the things she needed to meet her glass slipper prince. So remember, for your twin, there's only you. They may experience others along the way, but so do you. And you learn in those experiences. But the only person that fits into that glass slipper is you. And your masculine knows it. Your masculine may take that glass slipper around and about, and other people may try and put their foot in that slipper, but no one is going to fit it but you. And that means when they are with other people, having conversations with other people, spending time or being intimate with other people, nobody is you, and they know it. They know where they belong because they belong with you. And nothing else feels right. When you're with your twin, you just feel like you've come home. It's a belonging. It's a knowing. And you don't need to control each other to keep that. You know, that's what this card is so powerful about here. You know, if you try to change it, you'll ruin it. Try to hold it, you'll lose it. You know, George shared a beautiful reading the other day, and I clipped it and shared it on the community post because he was talking about me and him and our union. And now, you know we belong together, but we don't try and, put labels on it like that because he's his own person, I'm my own person, and we give each other the space we need. So we know we belong together. We know we don't want anybody else. But we also know that we are free. And that's the most powerful thing. Before union, we struggle with that because we hold on. Because we're afraid of losing the person. We're afraid of losing them to another person or another opportunity or another experience. And in spiritual truth, you can't miss out on what's meant for you. So that's what you're being guided to know today. So hold on to the love, let go of the fear, and the journey will flow. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.